Oh, hey guys. So it's Sag-Aftra strike time. So we're going through this whole phase of reruns, but instead of just doing reruns, what Live is doing is taking interviews from different various past episodes and editing them together. And either they're bringing in Kelly and Ryan or Mark, and they're doing a new monologue for the present day pop culture and everything. And then after the monologue is done that they did today, then they insert interviews from past episodes, or they're doing past monologues, which you might be able to tell because on this past one, if you pay attention, when Kelly says the date, she says August 14th, but they're not showing her face, and they always show her face when she says the date. She says the date, she says it's August 14th and this. But for this one, for some reason, when they're showing her and Ryan, and then when it's time for her to say the date, they pan to the crowd and she says it's August 14th, and then they go right back to her and she says 2023. Which makes me think that they're just rerunning a monologue from before, which you could be able to tell by the events they're talking about. And she went into a microphone booth and just said today's date, and they dubbed it. And they didn't want you to see her face because her mouth is going to say something different than what you're hearing with your ears. So this is an episode from February and March with Ryan. They say he's guest hosting, but I think this is back when he was actually the real host. And so you're going to notice they're all wearing different outfits through all the interviews. So maybe they just took a bunch of Ryan episodes and picked the best interviews. Anyways, I got to do this fantasy stuff. It'll be like 20 minutes. Hold on. Good. All right, guys. So enjoy the episode. And let's get started.
Places.
Nobody investigates like the ABC 7i team.
Stay tuned for more coverage of these historic Georgia indictments. That's Nightline for tonight. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. Of course, we'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.
Imagine if you had an institution where it was almost impossible to be held accountable.
What happened with the police made me scared of them.
No mother should have to bury their child. Amir Locke was killed in a box. No.
Go to Hulu for all of your political documentaries. Watch. Because I recognize this outfit from before. And this is the episode Jordan Davis was supposed to be on an episode and performing, and she didn't because they ran out of time or she skipped or something, but she ended up not singing. And pay attention to Kelly's mouth when she says the date. Trick question, you won't see her mouth, but listen to see if it's a dub.
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today, Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh. On Succession star Nicholas Braun. Plus, the comedian Marlon Wayans. And the performance from country singer Jordan Davis. And Ryan Seacrest is our co-host de jour. All next on Live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest. August 14th,
Right there.
Look, it's over, kids.
And then she comes
It's
in for
over.
2023.
I don't know if you guys saw Art this morning, but he looks a little down. Do I? You do.
Maybe the end of the summer.
The end of the summer.
You have the end of summer blues, don't you?
Back to school. All that.
Yes,
Are you going back? Are you going back to school?
So it's a new episode. It's a new monologue, but she's wearing the same outfit. I've seen that outfit. That's like the third time she's worn that outfit in the last 4 months.
back to
Keep
school.
talking about getting that other degree.
That's
It's
right.
you know, the last week of August is like the Sunday scaries magnified times 1,000.
It's even the smell, the aroma of freshly cut grass puts me in that feeling of like, oh no, the end is near. Back to school, back to football practice, back to all of the things.
You know what else I can't stand? Out on Long Island, Gelman, you know these trees. Right at the beginning of August, they start turning colors. What trees are those? The big ones on the side of the road?
Chameleon trees?
Maples, but I think it's more from drought, but they start losing their leaves in August.
In
That's
August.
crazy, yeah.
And I get really bent out of shape about it.
Yeah.
Because like
You're coloring up well.
August to me is like the beginning of summer, and suddenly the trees are like, no, honey, it's fall. You missed it. You missed all the fun out
Should have had summers off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the trees do.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, how do you deal, or you should pay attention, how do you deal with the summer and the summer blues?
Okay.
So some tips here, Kelly. Vitamin D. They say get yourself a vitamin D supplement or try using a sun lamp. What about just take Tanner?
Yeah.
Tanner puts you in a good mood, right?
Let me tell you about a spray tan.
It can
I'm going to
change
tell you
your
about a spray tan. Spray tan, and I'm going to use spray tan as a person. Spray tan comes to the house, right? You can go to spray tan.
Or they can mobilize.
I got a person that mobilizes, comes to the house with a tent. Okay? You step inside the tent. You step inside the tent. And spray tan comes. And you do like all these crazy body positions, like things you don't even think about when I'm applying it to myself. Like when I apply self tanner, it's a whole different thing.
And are you wearing paper underwear or anything?
No, I'm not. Guess what? I go full nude.
Wow. Inside the tent.
Inside the tent.
I can only picture spray tanning you in the
Is
tent.
there a person in there with you?
Let's spray tan.
Yeah, there's a person.
Okay.
There's
It's
a
not
person.
like automated.
There's a person that stands
in the
outside.
wrong spray tan.
A person. She stands outside the spray tent.
Oh, okay. And sprays in the tent.
And she sprays into the tent. And she's like, do this, do that. And so suddenly you look as if, and this is the big thing, as if summer happened. And immediately your brain thinks summer happened.
So there you go. So get spray tan in a tent and get after it.
You get after it.
Now, start thinking about the holidays and a holiday vacation. You know, what's a charming getaway that maybe will make you feel good? It's a long ways away, but just starting the planning process gets you out of the headspace of summer being over, they say. Kelly, what excites you? They say also get excited about something. And let me give you the examples.
Okay.
Now, what excites you the most on this list?
Okay.
Get excited about something. Hot chocolate? Get excited about it.
Yeah.
It's August.
Oh, yeah.
Hot chocolate's coming soon.
Guess what? Hot chocolate never ends in the Northeast. It's always hot chocolate season sometime.
Get excited about a hot bath.
Oh, yeah.
I started hot baths.
It's bad for the spray tan.
I got this curl
I've taken to not bathing at all. I just gently wash under the armpits.
A nice mustard bath. Get excited. Right? Get excited about candles. It's a desperate list.
Get excited about candles.
Get excited about sleeping more. Your coats.
Fireplace.
But together we can beat the end of summer blues. Come on, Kelly. Come on.
You don't get to complain anymore. You live in a perpetual state of sunshine.
When did I ever complain? Please.
It's a very important study. Very important study because it's comprehensive.
Meaning she's reading it right now.
It's comprehensive. And it means that it was conducted by one poll. So, you know, they went into it. 6 in 10 people admit to judging other people for what they've named their pets.
Actually, I do. I really do. I met someone in this city, in the park, and the dog was named Bob.
I like that. What's wrong with
But
that?
I just started thinking, come on, guy, can you come up with a pet name instead of a guy's name? Guy? You know, I didn't know his name. I knew the dog's name. You don't know the owner's name ever.
What's
You're
wrong with
judging
Bob?
Billy?
Actually, I never really thought about that, Gelman, but
Yeah. It's
oh,
a dog name and a people
you're welcome.
name.
Feel a little pain every once in a while.
Ow.
What is Georgia like an intergalactic name?
States.
I know people named Georgia.
You know how many people say, "Why'd you name her Georgia?" Yeah. Maybe you said
judging
that.
you.
I don't know. But
I didn't say that.
no, a lot of people.
I don't judge people over the pet names. I judge them literally by everything else.
But the pet names have a pass.
But pet names, I'm like, it's your pet. Who
Yeah, I was thinking pot calling kettle black, but you do judge everything else except. Okay.
I'm not saying I'm not judging.
You're holding off.
I'm judgy. I'm like Grudge Judy. Yes, to me it segues into what people have named their children.
Right.
Now there's a deep dive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So anybody, I'm just checking, anybody getting married anytime soon or anybody? No, a lot of laughter.
Heard something?
No, I just.
Why? Anything to announce?
No news over here. No, I
Anything
just,
you're going to announce on our show?
so I've been waiting for this morning to tell you that there's this incredible article, an item about gift-free events. More and more people throwing their weddings, their birthdays, or baby showers, and they're saying, you know what? We don't need the gifts. They don't need the clutter. They have what they need. Now, I guess if you're getting married young, you probably need a lot of things maybe for your home. But if you're getting married again or again and again, then people, I think they kind of get less enthusiastic about gifting you.
We eloped to avoid all of that. We really eloped because I did not have it in me to write thank you notes.
Well, you've since gotten much better.
So is there anything you want to announce?
No. I'll come back in a few weeks.
You'll come back
and we
and
can check in
announce?
again. I'll check in again.
Announce?
I don't know. We'll announce something. A birthday party, a block party. We'll have some fun.
No, but we want the big announcement. We want the splashy. We want the splashy announcement. We don't want some Instagram post with a ring that says "She said yes." We don't want that. That's not what we want here.
Is that what I sound like?
No, I'm just saying that's what those posts sound like.
Yeah. Well, you know me and Instagram posting. I'm all over posting my content. Hey, listen, we got a great show for you today. Michelle Yeoh is here.
And everybody's favorite cousin Greg from Succession, Nicholas Braun is here.
Also, Marlon Wayans.
And a performance by Jordan Davis.
Right now, Kelly, it's time for Lives Brighten Your Day Trivia. Let's go.
That's our virtual trivia dancer, Holly Church, and her partner from Ohio.
All right.
This couple of more goes too.
Let's say hello to David Hofer from West Allis, Wisconsin, who watches us on WISN. Good morning, David. How are you?
Hey, Ryan. How are you today?
Doing well. All right, listen, Kel.
Yes?
Guess what?
What?
I'm going to explain this.
Explain it to me. I'm not sure of the rules.
There's two statements. One is true, one is false. Do you know, David, if you stump us, you win one of our mugs. All right, so here we go. The first statement, Cal, David says, I built an ice rink in my backyard. Or, I roof rake after most snowfalls. Gelman is shocked by that.
How large is your ice rink, David?
Small, so 5 feet by 6 feet.
And how long is it frozen for?
Not very long. Depends on the temperatures, because the temperatures keep getting warmer every year. So usually January is when it lasts the longest.
And David, what are you out there? Are you out there ice skating? What are you doing out there?
My daughters wanted to ice skate, and so I built it for them.
And are they pretty good figure skaters at this point?
No.
Now, when you get up on the roof, very dangerous of you, right? To get up there and roof rake. I've never raked a roof, but it seems dangerous.
Well, it doesn't make sense that you would use a rake to get snow off unless the shovel can damage the roof and poke a hole, so it's just safer to use a rake. I don't know. I would say built an ice rink in my backyard is the correct answer. First instinct. I haven't been listening. Put in the comment section, all you weirdos.
The thing with the roof rake, it's got it's with the pole system, so I'm actually on the ground the entire time.
Oh, so
and then the poles are like 5 foot length, and you just keep putting them together, and then you just pull the snow off the roof.
What do you think we should do?
I think it's probably this.
So we're going to guess that.
Yeah, so guess that.
All right. So, David, after our inner dialogue here. We're going to suggest that it's true that you roof rake after most snowfalls for the monk. Is that true?
Lose.
That is true.
What? See, I was right.
But guess what? You have a chance to win a great prize. Deja.
Told you. This is all edited.
You're playing for a $1,000 appliance package from Cuisinart. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. David, good luck.
So, David, we had Keanu Reeves on the show. In what country did Keanu say he first rode a motorcycle? 20 seconds, one guess.
Canada.
That would be
Asia.
Germany.
Congratulations, you are a winner.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for watching. Coming up next, Michelle Yeoh. Thanks, David. Take care, everybody.
Still ahead, alive, Marlon Wayans. From Succession, Nicholas Braun. A performance by country star Jordan Davis. And coming up next, Oscar winner Michelle Yeoh.
Let's see if they introduce her as Oscar Award winning.
Guys, brace yourselves. Our first guest is an incredible and talented actor who stars in the critically acclaimed film Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Please welcome Michelle Yeoh.
So this must have been before the Oscars thing, because they would have said Oscar Award winner.
Congratulations already. We've been watching you everywhere. At award shows, on the screen.
Standing up for Michelle Yeoh.
Okay. We have so much to cover here.
Now look,
Let's go. Let's get into it.
We've been following your, I like to call it your award gathering tour. Been gathering some trophies. It's got to feel so good.
Yes.
Tell us, I mean, how did you find out, first of all, that you were nominated for an Academy Award?
I was back in Paris because I've been filming in London, and I went back to Paris. I was actually with my manager from Hong Kong, Kit. She's sitting right there in the audience, and so she was with me, and I think we Zoom call with the Daniels. She's sitting right there in the audience, and so she was with me, and I think we Zoom call with the Daniels, with Key, with Jamie, who was on the phone, and Jonathan Wong, our producer. So we were all sat there going, this could go really wrong.
At least we'll all be together. If it doesn't go right, you're all together.
Exactly. So we were holding hands.
Right.
Like that.
Emotionally,
we were all... It's terrifying. It really is terrifying because, as they announce the names, mine is Yeoh, Y, right? So it's always at the end.
So it goes alphabetically.
Yes, and it goes alphabetically. So as it's going, you go, oh no, there's only one more slot left.
Well, congratulations. How exciting.
Well, at least you know when the first names come up and it's not yours. You don't expect your name to be first.
What we did.
So to go back, just thinking about how you got...
if your last name started with the letter P, you kind of don't know. When the first one starts with a C and then a F, okay. Then it comes up with last name Ruckus. You're like, oh well. But you never
started. Originally, we understand you wanted to be a dancer before an actor.
Ballet.
First love. I said, when we were talking about this backstage, you have the overall when I look at you, I think of you as a ballet dancer. I don't know why. I've never seen you dance on stage, but you look like a ballet dancer.
Posture.
Posture
It's
it
like
is,
you-
right?
Yes.
Posture. That it always instills that standing up tall, pulled up at the core.
Yes.
So it's always given me a good background in that way.
And then as a teenager, did you move to London?
I went to, I grew up in Malaysia. And then when I was 16, just before 16, I went to England and I wanted to do ballet. And my dad was always very open. He wasn't like the fierce tiger mom and tiger dad that says you have to find a stable job,
Right.
lawyer, accountant, engineer, whatever, something that's stable.
He wanted you to chase your passion.
Yes. So he always was like, you decide what you want to do. Because, God forbid, one day you turn around and say, I'm doing this because of you. So he always gave us the open option. So I looked into schools. I mean, the only thing he said was like, you can't go to London yet because, 16-year-old, because the Royal Academy of Dance was in London. So I found the sister school, the Hammond School in Chester, which was fantastic because that is one of the most beautiful cities in England. So I went there and for 2 years, I lived a dream because, you start at 9 and you don't finish till 5 and all you did was dance.
Yeah.
Whether it was ballet, whether it was tap, whatever it was, I was just in an amazing place.
In heaven.
In heaven.
Yeah.
Total bliss.
What were some of the first roles you took on when you started to act?
Oh, God. I went to Hong Kong to do a commercial. I never dreamed of being on the silver screen because even as a child, my mother loved the movies. So we would watch Indian movies, Malay movies, European movies, those foreign films from Hollywood,
That's right.
and Chinese movies. And I watched them and was always transported to a very magical place because, the movies allow you to dream, musicals like Sound of Music, My Fair Lady. But I never saw myself wanting to be an actor. So I always dreamt of ballet, having my own school and all that. So I went to England to pursue that. Then when I came back, I was given an opportunity to do a commercial in Hong Kong, and it was with Jackie Chan.
Oh, wow.
What was the commercial for?
It was for a watch.
Got it.
And so I remember at that time they said, "Oh, we're doing this commercial with Sing Long," and I go like, "Okay." Because remember at that time I didn't really speak a lot of Cantonese and I don't read Chinese because in Malaysia, English and Malay are the first languages. So. And I remember sitting there in the makeup chair, and I see this guy across the room, and he's that Jackie,
That's
signature
good, Jackie
move, yeah.
Chan.
right?
Yeah.
So he's like, God, that guy looks so familiar. I mean, first thing you recognize is the nose, right? And then that big smile. I was like, oh my God, that's Jackie Chan.
Did you have a line or what time
There was
it?
no lines.
No lines.
No lines. It was just me on a moped and him on a bicycle, and then I was holding a horse, and he was on a motorcycle.
Sounds like a watch commercial to me.
I know.
It sounds like a scene that was cut from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Exactly. This is action. It's comedy. It's sci-fi. It's a little bit of everything.
Yes,
Isn't it?
it's like 5 genres in one movie.
And you cannot look away.
No, you can't.
You will miss something vital.
No, you can't get up to.
No, you can't.
Can't get up to get a snack.
I don't have. No, you don't drink water.
That's why
before.
you have to see it in the cinemas.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
That's
So that you're
it's
in
really
this-
made for the cinemas
Yeah.
where you're focused, put on your safety belt, and then go for this crazy ride.
But talk to us about the action in the movie. The
That
action.
was like the fun part. It was really the guy that I was fighting with is Andy Lay and the brother who's in the other butt plug fight.
Yeah.
They formed this club called the Marshall Club, and they learned themselves by watching movies, our movies.
That's right.
They were not formally trained, so
They weren't there was no background.
No, they didn't go to
That's
school.
incredible.
They didn't go. So, but they were so dedicated and so passionate about martial arts that they learned. They watched our films and they learned. Sometimes I would go, I know that move that you just did. Yeah, we took it from your movie. So which is great.
Yeah, I was telling John Ogle, your producer backstage, that it's so funny in this movie, in the grand scale and scope of this film, was the scene with the two rocks that I really I sobbed. I openly sobbed because I think
That doesn't happen often.
any mother with a daughter can really relate to that scene. It really broke me down in a massive way.
I think that was what it is. No matter how absurd or weird or wacky we get to, the chaos, and suddenly it comes down to the core of it. It's about family, it's about love, and never giving up on each other. It's like any universe, I'm going there. I'm finding you, and I will bring you back with kindness and empathy. That was the beauty about the Daniels, having written this amazing script. It's so original. I mean, yes, when I first received
I'm trying to picture you reading
What is it like on paper? Because it's
exactly
so
that.
visual.
Exactly.
You could jump around on paper in your head.
You see all these scenes broken down, and you're going like, okay, so because we're an indie film, right? We don't have the money to do all those special effects. Our travel, our multiverse travel is like, it goes green. That's it. We're in the next universe.
Hot dog finger.
But the core of it was love. Even though we had this, I mean, if you see Jamie and I holding each other, and you just see a beautiful love story, and then you zoom in and you go, what the hell are those things sticking out?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So it's even with the rocks. I at that time I said to the Daniels, it's like, it's so beautiful and powerful because everything is so noisy with the movie, and this is something the young generation really relates to because their world is so fast. I mean, at the swipe of a finger, they're moving from this to that, and suddenly when you come to that, and I said to them, it's just like the wind blowing, no voiceover.
No, I know. And it's so funny. We both said, even though, you're reading the scene, we both could hear your voices. In our minds, we heard your voices, which I found so interesting. I was like, no, they spoke it. And he's like, no, you read it, but you heard it. That was, of course.
It resonates so strongly with everyone. Yeah. And I think that's what really helped us. The movie came out last year.
Yeah.
And people are still talking about it. You know, when you finish a movie, you put it out there and you pray that it's going to fly, it's going to soar to the skies, and the audiences will love it as much as you have. And when the waves of emotions that came to us throughout the year, like people walking up to us, some older women, they'll say, it's very empowering. It's good to see an older woman, be a superhero. Good for you. And then he said, I don't really understand it.
I don't understand it.
I don't really understand it completely. But my daughter, who I've not spoken to for a few months, because, daughter-mother-daughter relationship is really complex, called me and say, we should talk.
We should work it out.
Yeah, that for me is so important. And then young people come up, and they just hold your hand and they just stare at you. And they're like, and you're like, oh my God.
Well, it's really great to have you here. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Streaming now. We'll be right back.
Marlon Wayans.
Have heart failure with unresolved symptoms? It may be time to see the bigger picture. Heart failure and seemingly unrelated symptoms like carpal tunnel syndrome.
Spanking themselves, doing all this stuff, whatever. I mean, who knows what kind of kinky stuff, foot stuff, ear stuff, sticking fruit inside of them.
He's doing with his body.
Struggling with divorce, child support, or visitation. To learn more about your rights, call 312-356-DADS and visit dadsrights.com.
Hey, so Logan's in.
Logan's in? What, upstairs? In the sales meeting?
Oh, he's on the floor, Tom.
He's on the floor?
Wait, explain to me exactly what he's doing with his body and his face.
I don't know yet.
Just moseying. Terrifyingly moseying. He's wearing sunglasses inside. He looks like if Santa Claus was a hitman.
He gets the best lines. He's back as Cousin Greg for the new and final season of Succession. Please welcome back to the show, Nicholas Braun. coast to coast, but nothing compared to the life of a star of Succession.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
let me tell you something. This
Kelly's
is not
got
the final
theories.
season. Okay? This is the latest season. It's not the final season. Maybe it's the prequel to the film.
Could be.
We'll see. But
How many do you want?
Are you taking orders?
Yeah,
I would like between
You can talk.
7 and 10 seasons.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll speak to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
And
talk
do you
to him.
think that everybody would be on board for that?
100%.
Not, but Nicholas, do you think?
Yeah, what is that, like another 5 years?
Yes.
Or something?
Fly by.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do for 5 years.
You guys can totally have your side hustles, have your films, make your movies, do your plays,
Do
open another
reality show.
bar, whatever you want. But you can't stop at season 4 because what will we watch and talk about and obsess over?
Just start it over again.
Kelly will have to change her ringtone on her phone to another theme. Do you see the kind of trouble you'll create? Now, listen, you got your start, like many actors, on Law & Order SVU. Is that right?
I did. What
was your first role? What was that role?
Okay, it was a very exciting role. I played, I think, a character without a name. Boy in Internet Cafe, because those existed at the time.
Yeah.
And I was looking at a video of the woman who got murdered or sexually assaulted, because that's the show. And
I'm so scared to say
and
that out
then
loud.
Chris Maloney and Ice-T, I think, come and
we're
sit down
daytime
and they're
TV,
like,
we're not in
"Why are you
church."
watching this video?" And actually, it's funny because Chris Maloney didn't think I was getting scared enough by them as cops. So when he comes and he sits down, he pinched me in the ribs. every take, yeah, he would sit down. And at the end of the day, I thought I did so badly because, I needed a pinch in order. Yeah, because he needed me to go, ah. Or I guess I was supposed to go, "Oh, cops." But instead I was like, "Oh, ow."
How old were you when you did this?
I was probably 11 or 12.
And you decided to stay in acting after that experience?
I guess so. Yeah, that was my SVU initiation.
Now, we have a photo of you. Was this a ski trip recently here?
Yes, it was. Now, some people think that's snow up my nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tissue.
And it's not. It's cocaine. I want to make that very clear. I don't stick snow up my nose like a weirdo. It is cocaine. It's a frozen cocaine popsicle that I made.
Because I had a bloody
and
nose.
I stick it up there, and then over the course of time, as my body warms up from going in warmer temperature rooms, it dissolves and goes up my nose. It's very, very fun.
Or I guess I was supposed to go, "Oh, cops," but instead I was like, "Oh, ow."
How old were you when you did this?
I was probably 11 or 12.
And you decided to stay in acting after that experience?
I guess so. Yeah, that was my SVU initiation.
Now, we have a photo of you. Was this a ski trip recently here?
Yes, it was. Now, some people think that's snow up my nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tissue because I had a bloody nose.
Oh, and altitude.
Yeah, I guess I should have
altitude.
put more blood in that to make it clear.
Yeah, I thought maybe you fell and just couldn't get the snow out of your nose.
Are you a good skier?
Now I am. Yeah, I was not. I didn't ski before that.
I would think skiing would be challenging for you because you have got like a high center of gravity.
They give me huge skis.
Oh.
The skis, like, I mean,
Don't
the
get
skis
jealous. Don't get jealous.
It's definitely awkward, but snowboarding is more awkward, so I switched.
So did you snowboard for a long time?
I did, yeah. For like
So
25 years.
God, so you're a
since I was a
master
kid.
snowboarding.
Yeah, so I get how snow works.
Oh, you
But
understand
then I just
snow.
changed the equipment.
All right.
Okay, so let's get into Succession, Ray. I want to
Okay.
pivot now.
Mhm.
Here's what I think. Want to hear what I think? I
Please.
think that Cousin Greg is going to inherit everything. He gets everything. He screws everybody.
He leads the plan.
He is smarter than everyone. He has been playing. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I don't even know what's happening.
I mean,
but he is smart, and he's going to win everything. He's going to screw them all over, and he's going to be in charge of
The medium.
Waystar Royco. And that's what's happening. You're welcome. Any other questions?
Sounds good to me. I have no idea what happened. When I film, I sort of black out. I don't know what's happening.
You can try
so I have no idea how the season went.
Have you not seen episodes?
I've not seen episodes. Truthfully, I haven't seen anything.
Really?
I don't watch them. I do know what happens.
Wait, you don't watch any of them?
I know, but I know that I'm right.
This week say yes, and it'll all come out very soon.
Yeah.
Kelly, thank you for your contribution to the script.
Thank you so much. And you were in the writer's room, I heard. And so
no, but I should be.
So wait, you don't watch any, you've not seen these episodes in the past?
No. I've watched the episodes in the past, just not for this.
Can you believe how good the show is? Don't you love it?
It's so good.
I do. I do love it.
It's a great show.
I'm pretty amazed by it.
Yeah.
I just think the writing's incredible. Every actor's
And you get great funny lines, too. You get a lot of comedy.
I do. I have some pretty good stuff. This season, Greg is a bit more confident this season. So
you made me onto something. He's confident. The takeover is imminent.
He's making some more moves.
Yeah, he's making moves.
He's making
money moves.
Money's involved. Yeah. Money's involved for sure. He cares a lot about money.
Yeah, I know he does.
Succession, the newest season on HBO and HBO Max. Nicholas, great to see you, Pop.
You too. Thanks, Pop.
Tomorrow on Live, Anya Taylor-Joy.
I'm Orlando, and I'm living with HIV. I don't have to worry about daily HIV pills because I switched to every other month Cabenuva.
For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider.
Now when I have people over, HIV pills aren't on my mind.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments.
It feels good to just live in the moment. With every other month Cabenuva, I'm good to go.
Ask your doctor about Cabenuva today.
Get beautiful new floors right now with Luna's incredible 70% off sale. That's carpet, laminate, and even hardwood 70% off. You'll get professional installation and can be confident with Luna's exclusive Love Your Floors promise. Transform your home with an amazing 70% off carpet, laminate, and hardwood. Reserve your free in-home appointment at luna.com or call
773-202. Luna.
My name is Chris Kelly. I was working at a construction site when a forklift operator knocked over a steel truss. It crushed my feet and snapped my legs in half. I needed 10 surgeries. The insurance companies, they blamed me for the accident. I had to sit in court and listen to all their lies, but I had Cliff Horowitz on my side. Every time they lied, Cliff fought back. In the end, the jury awarded me $9 million. If you're taking on the insurance companies, hire Cliff Horowitz.
If it's a party, guess who's going to be dancing? Karaoke, guess who's going to do a karaoke? I don't go by the adage, you only get one shot at life. No.
With this good, strong heart, the doctors made sure that she could live life to the fullest. It's